Good morning. Still morning, I think. And it's Monday, very cold. Really trying hard not to put the heating on, but I need to. And I thought I'd start the week off with a serious one because Mondays aren't that nice anyway. So we'll get this one out of the way and then we'll lighten the mood up through the week. But today is going to be about rape. And this is something that is very personal to me because I was raped around the age of about 19. Um, Now, I was raped by, before I start anyway, I'm totally over all this. It's luckily not, well, not that I know of, mentally affected me. But I know there's an awful lot of people like me who actually didn't report the rape. And I think it's very important that people do report rapes. And I'm probably using this a bit selfishly as a platform to maybe sort of hope that anyone watching this that might have been involved in that rape years ago see it and realise that it does affect people, and one drunken ordeal can really ruin someone's life if they let it. And also, these people, I always wonder, do they ever think about what they did? Yeah, weird. But it started, I'll just give a brief. Mine started because I was working in Cambridge, and some friends of mine that worked with me said, should we go out for a drink after work? And I was like, yes, yes. So we went in Cambridge and we went to a pub that was there called the Blue Boar. And we had some drinks, and it was the end of the week. And at that time, obviously, I was young and I liked having a drink. And I was at the bar and I got chatting to a guy who was stood at the bar, who was, I'd say, like a posh student type. And he bought me quite a few drinks. And I got a bit merry. And I'll admit, when I'm merry, as a lot of people who know me in the past would say, that I'm very flirty and extra flirty when it comes to alcohol, which is probably one of the reasons I don't really drink now. I might have an odd one or two throughout the year, but I'm not a drinker. And basically, I was getting quite drunk, and I thought I was okay because I was stood at a bar with someone. It was in a public eye. There was lots of people about. And my friend said, right, we're going now. So you should come, Claire. And I said, no, 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 I'm fine. I'm having a good time, and I'll get home myself. And they said, no, I think you really should come with us. And I was, no, 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 honestly, I'm fine. And reluctantly, they left. And I stayed. And the one guy that I was talking to became quite a few guys, as I didn't realise he was with a group of people. And I said, another hour, I was sort of on the verge of sort of really drunk. And I know I was flirting with the guy at the bar to start with, but when my friends left, he invited his friends over, and they talked me into going to a private party after. And of course, I'm drunk in the mood, having a laugh. Yeah, 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 I'll come to a party. So I left with these guys, and as I left the Blue Ball, I can't really remember much because I don't know whether something was put in my drink, or I don't know whether it was just the amount of alcohol I'd drunk and the fresh air hitting me. But I just had one of those, oh my God, I'm not feeling too clever. So I can't remember, apart from walking out of the pub, I can only remember very very big snippets of what happened that night, which I always think it's a blessing that maybe I did drink that much because I can't remember. But then if I hadn't have drunk that much, then maybe it wouldn't have happened to me. So I remember walking to a multi-story car park. I can remember getting in a car with a few people. I remember it being very squashed. I can remember nothing till pulling up at a petrol station where someone got out and bought something from the petrol station. Then I can remember arriving at a house. I don't remember I think I couldn't even tell you how long we were driving. It wasn't too far, I don't think. I can remember going into this house, and I can remember the boy saying, be quiet or the neighbours will hear. And so that was that bit. And then I can remember being in a front room and being on a telephone. I'd got given a pint of vodka to drink. Well, I'm guessing it was vodka, pint of something neat. And then I totally was out of it, obviously. I was on a telephone, being told to say stuff. I can't really remember what I said to these people. But the next minute I'm upstairs in this house, and it was a single bed, and next to the bed I remember there being a sunbed, the old-fashioned sunbeds that go over, and all I can remember is one on, one off, one on, one off, and I was literally comatose. I couldn't move. I was lifeless. I couldn't talk. I just remember the different smells and conversations going on and laughter, and it seemed to go on for quite a while. I think I blacked out a few times, and like I say, one on, one off, one on. I'm guessing around the 10-11 mark, and then lastly, the guy that I first spoke to at the bar was on top of me, and I remember having tears just rolling down the sides of my face. And he looked at me and sort of freaked and just said, I am so sorry. And then it was, we need to get her out of here. And but judging by the house, I don't think it was his. I think it was probably his parents and they were away, because there's no way he'd have had a house like that at his age, I'm guessing anyway. Then I was bunged into a car and I was dropped off at Chadderton Road in Cambridge, naked. I didn't have my bag with me, which had my flat keys in. I didn't have my front door key. I didn't have a purse. I didn't have money. I didn't have a phone. I don't even think really we were big into phones then. But I had no clothes on, and it was early hours of the morning. It was getting light. Cars were bibbing as they went past, but no one actually stopped. And I can remember finding a phone box and doing a reverse charge call to my gran, which was the nearest person that lived there. And basically, my gramps come and got me. Now, my gran and gramps were very sort of well-to-do people, and nothing was said at all to me on the way home in the car. They must have known something had happened, but it was never spoke about. And I went back 2 days later with a friend who I explained what had happened, and her and her husband took me to the pub. And as soon as we got to the pub, the doorman looked at me and said, they have not been back since, love. So I knew they knew that something was going down. I never went back again after that, and I didn't report it because my worry was that I was too drunk and maybe I'd asked for it to happen. I've since learned that no one asks for that to happen. No one asks to be taken advantage of when you are that drunk. And I think it's a really sort of taboo subject. People don't like. I know quite a few friends that have probably got in a situation like that and have never sort of made anything of it or never told anyone because they don't know, they might have been too out of it to know. But I think the important thing is you should tell someone, even if it's a close friend. You should open up and get it off your chest and try and seek help if you think you need it. It goes on a lot, and I don't know what these people think. There's obviously people still brought up to think that they can have what they like, take advantage of drunk girls. I know there's a new law now that means that you can't take advantage of a drunk person, and there will be repercussions of that. But it will still be going on all the time. But obviously, people need it happens in males and females. We're not just talking females here, and people need to be more open and honest about it if they're going to heal, because it can stay. You can sort of put it to the back of your mind and not really talk about it. And if you don't talk about it, then you're not healing. It's just boxed away in the back of your brain. So, like I said, luckily for me, it's not affected my day-to-day life. It does, I do remember it, and I do think, do these guys ever think about what they did, and has it lived with them? But it'd be really interesting to see if there's anyone else that's willing to open up or ask anything about what maybe they think wasn't rape but really was, or any questions at all, basically. But I just wanted to put it out there because it does happen, and it's not a nice thing to go through, obviously. And there's a big difference between having a laugh and some fun and concessional one night stands to people taking complete and utter advantage and could be wrecking someone's life. So told you it was a serious one, and I will lighten the mood up as we go through the week. But yes, any questions on that one or anything to do with that, then yeah, give us a shout. And please do not forget to like and subscribe. I'm on to 49 and telly's just gone on. Didn't want that to happen. I'm on to 49 subscribers, and I'd like to get to 50 actually, just so it's a round number. I'm really chuffed actually. So thanks to all the people that have subscribed, and I'm really enjoying having my chats to myself on my telephone. But yeah, so we'll make tomorrow's a bit more lighthearted, but like I say, that was a serious one because we were going to cover a bit of all sorts. So I hope your Monday goes okay, and we will talk again, and I'll talk soon to you guys out there. Happy Monday.